Yo, just getting started. I'm just trying to like actually tweet about these, you know? I don't even know if you guys can hear me, but probably can. Hey everybody. Yo, what's up? Oh, it is bright. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to yet another one of these. Okay, Kelly, yeah. No, okay, so that intro is just basically like a synth version of Tear You Down, which is a song off my first album. And I made that like many years ago we did this music video, and we're gonna do this like this sort of B-roll type of like 80s sounding like behind the scenes video, and it just never actually happened. But I had that piece of music that I made forever ago. I mean, I lost the file. Like, well, I have the final file, but I lost the actual like, you know, digital like the session file basically to open it up. U-Haul made it. What's up, Casey? So I appreciate that there's a crew that's always here. So my computer is having a hard time with this. I think maybe because it's in the sun. So let me see if I can do something about that. I think the mix of like OBS, it's at like 65 or 60% CPU. Hold on, so I'm gonna mess around with this a little bit. Deloitte Cole, what's up? What's up, Paul? How's it going? Okay, so is this even showing up? No, maybe it's showing up for you guys. These are my settings. I think I'm gonna have to like raise the, yeah. Cause I'm like doing, like I've sort of expanded on this a little bit more. Okay, the CPU seems like manageable now. Cool, well, I'm gonna get into this. What's up, Zan? From Singapore. What's up, Paul? How's it going? Cool. So I think I'm gonna I'll jump into some music for a little bit, and then maybe if you have any questions or if you want to chat about whatever, just leave it in there, and I'll get to it in a second. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another quarantine stream. Here we are, surviving. Okay, cool. Let's see who's in here. Who's here? Cool. Like U-Haul, whole crew's here. Anthony. Okay, Marshall. I'm not familiar. Maybe drop a link. Oh, interesting. Okay, north of Richmond. That's cool. U-Haul, did you ever come to like the DC shows then? Is DC north of? I don't know. So my cats are, yeah, they're not in the room right now. They're hanging out. They're hanging out on the other side of the house. They might show up though, because at some point it'll get closer to their dinner time, and that's like their prime like begging hours, you know. I love that you guys are dropping exit numbers. What's up, Roger? How's it going? Kason, yeah. It's like, it's actually like so nice here. I went outside briefly today. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, never mind. You retracted the message. Is the chat working, by the way? Or the... Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Okay, yeah, okay, DC is north of Richmond. That's what I thought, but, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you had ever... I don't know how close you are to, like, the 930 Club or anything like that. Because I played there a bunch. Tiny little, I mean, if you want to call it an ad, I don't know. Yeah, I just I had to put a little caption for the record because it seems like a lot of people still aren't aware that there's a new album. So figured I'd put it. It's pretty centered in the middle of the screen, but it's all good. Oh, what's up, Ireland? How's it going? Chris, G Monkey, what's up? Thanks, Emily. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. We got 50 people. Yeah, let me. I mean, I posted on Twitter and I posted on like the official Discord. So I think we're good. Chris, congrats on Brexit. Dark, dude. Actually, I'll be right back because I'm going to grab something that's relevant to one of those comments. Hold on. I love this venue so much. I don't know if you can even see that, but I love this venue so much that I have their shirt, a venue shirt. I don't even know if you guys could actually hear me what I said there, but yeah, I have a 930 shirt, so clearly I really like that venue. It actually is legitimately one of the best in the country, and I hope they survive this whole touring nightmare. Okay, so why is it my favorite? It's It's not an Irish flag. I'm sorry. Why is it favorite? No, they just they have really good staff. They treat people really well, and they give you cupcakes. Like there's a whole, there's a people that go to those shows really seem to enjoy them. So it's like sort of all encompassing. It's just a great venue, and it's kind of like a rite of passage. Like if you're an artist, you got to play 9:30. Okay. Andrew, do you use the arpeggiator in Ableton with these arpeggiated sounding? So, here, let me show you. So the MIDI is just chords right now. So like the MIDI that's like popping up, maybe I can show you this. Okay, so I don't know, you can maybe see a portion of that. Like these are, yeah, so they're just chords, whatever. But then like as soon as I turn on that arpeggiator, which is right here, then it kind of turns into, it can kind of like morph into something else. So as long as the chords are solid, then the arpeggiator can kind of do whatever. And, this just interprets it as MIDI, so it can kind of go anywhere, if that makes sense. Okay. Mixmag live feed was whack. What happened or who played? Was it boring? I don't know. I didn't tune in, so. Cool. Who doesn't love cupcakes? Cool. Well, I'm gonna leave some more questions, and I'm gonna jump into some music because I added a couple things to this setup that I can explain after, but like I want to kind of play around a little bit. But I gotta acknowledge the man, Steve. Steve's in the house every time. Steve tips me every time I stream. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. And I'm glad. Hope you all are having a good Saturday night, evening, whatever. It's still kind of early here on the West Coast. But okay, I'm gonna jump into some music, but I'll get back to you guys in just a little bit. But leave more questions. Okay, so maybe before I jump into some questions again, I think I'm gonna just show you a couple of the additions that I added. So, okay, so I added this. It's basically a contact library. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, but it's a Mellotron sound, two Mellotron sounds actually, that are playing the same exact thing as the JP08. So it's the same. It's actually the same MIDI going to both sides. And similar to the JP08, I can add like an arpeggiator to it. So it's almost kind of like a randomized type of thing, like just kind of plays stuff, you know. And like if you leave it on too long, it gets kind of annoying. But like as like kind of a layer, it's kind of cool. Like if you like bring that in. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay, what else? Oh, so in the bass, I added. It's also a Contact library playing the DX, basically the DX7, but I added it as an extra boost to the bass. So it's just like a low end that comes in. So then I can distort this bass line, and I don't lose any of the like low end, if that makes sense. So. Okay. That's me just having fun with this bass synth thing. Okay, cool. So those are sort of the new additions. I did add like a bunch of samples to this. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, like I've been basically building a system for live streaming. You know, I figured if I'm going to be doing this consistently, I do not want to keep playing the same set over and over again. So I'm basically creating sort of a map of all these different samples that I can trigger and I can play live on synths, and you know, talk to you guys in between and you know, do all that kind of fun stuff. So that's kind of the idea, if that makes sense. Okay, questions. Thanks, U-Haul. I'm glad that I'm more, that I do things more interestingly. I try to. Geary, okay, cool, right on. So you're saying you became aware of me through Jason Bentley's Morning Becomes Eclectic. That's awesome. No, Jason was actually, you know, he's not there anymore, unfortunately, but I'm not sure what he's up to these days, but he was like a huge, massive supporter of me, like early on, like very early. Like he would play my remixes on KCRW like before anybody else. And for those of you that don't know, KCRW is like a big radio station in LA. Like it's, if you want, if you know, if you're trying to write cool music, like that's the place to be, basically. And yeah, so getting the nod from KCRW, and like, you know, I've done a lot of events and stuff like that with them, and they're just like really good people, and they really care about music, and I don't know. So I'm happy to hear that like you found it through that, because like that was like kind of a big milestone for me personally. Sort of a rite of passage, you know, talking about like 930 Club and MBE, you know, Morning Becomes Eclectic is the name of the show. Oh, Ash, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back. Okay, yes. So, the Spotify Shuffle playlist, yeah, this is a playlist I made. I've really been working on it since 2011. It's just like sort of a repository for like all these songs that I like and enjoy. And, you know, I just kind of throw them all, like basically anytime I like a song, I'll throw it in that playlist. And the idea is that you can play it on shuffle, and at least for me personally, every time something plays, like I like it. So, you know, you can kind of follow that if you want. We got some pretty good numbers on that playlist, actually. Okay, Brian. What's an activity that you enjoyed during quarantine that you weren't that into before or didn't have time for? Actually, trash TV. So watching horrible TV shows like Love is Blind and Love Island, like, it's a guilty pleasure. They're absolutely horrible, but they're so entertaining. Like, I would never do that otherwise, but those shows are just like addictive in their own way. That's probably not the answer you wanted. Maybe something more interesting. But that's something that I've changed. Andrew, okay, what are you using to trigger your clips? I'm actually just using my mouse. You know, I thought about setting up like a launch pad and all that stuff, but I'm like, this is, you know, it's for a live stream. It's chill. I'm not going to be triggering some crazy stuff. Like, most of the stuff that needs triggering is actually just vocals. Like that. And, you know, I have a fader for that. So I can sort of trigger it and then bring it in when I need it, if that makes sense. The rest of the stuff is actually completely automated. So the drums are constantly... So that it's always changing, you know, and then I can add these other beats behind it. And they're always, like, the follow actions on the clips are like constantly changing. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen, you can't see it, but, you know, I think you get the idea. Okay, let's see here. Steve, Andre, do you play any video games? If so, any favorites? I play a lot of video games, actually. I mean, not that much these days, actually. I've been kind of on a cold streak, I guess, for a while. But I played like a lot of Apex Legends. I got really into this game, Factorio. It's a bit of a niche thing, but I think it's one of the highest rated games on Steam, actually. But it is amazing if that's the kind of game you're into. It's about like factory building and efficiency. So it gets super deep, and there's a whole Wikipedia on it, like a whole like wiki on it, and it's fascinating, and I love it. So maybe I'll play that on Twitch one of these days. Maybe I might do more gaming stuff on Twitch. I don't know, because like I do want to build more of a following there, but you know, y'all are already here on YouTube, so it's like might as well. And like I pulled like the Patreon members, and like everybody says they prefer YouTube, so I'm kind of sticking with YouTube for now. But maybe for like more non-music stuff, I might do Twitch. Twitch.tv/RAC. Okay, Kaysen. Oh right, Kaysen, yeah. The 7 p.m. like thank the health workers thing. Yeah. What time is it? Yeah, I guess it just happened. I just missed it. I'm just sitting here. Brian. Yeah, no. Thanks. I'm glad you liked that I explained things, because like I feel like if I just sit here and like play this stuff over and over again, it first might get a little boring, but also like I know that there's a fair amount of my audience that is more musically oriented and production oriented, so like, you know, a lot of people want to kind of know what I'm actually working on, and also I put a lot of effort into these things and like want to kind of talk about them, you know, because I think I am doing things differently compared to like, you know, a lot of people are DJing, which is fine, but this is not that at all. This is sort of like just for live streaming, if that makes sense. Casey, so yes, I am doing a live stream on the, well, actually, on the 8th I will. I'll do like a public live stream, but, whatever, I'm going to plug it again. But like, again, this is kind of the point of having a Patreon, so you can do this kind of thing. But we're going to do like a week before, like, listening party for all the patrons. So, if that interests you, check it out. Otherwise, I'll do a public one, here on the day it comes out. It'll immediately get flagged by YouTube and taken down. Andrew, okay, what's the name of that Mellotron contact library? So it is actually the contact, it's the factory library. It just has Mellotron sounds. If you go to, I think it's like vintage, and then, what's the other one? Yeah, I think it's like vintage and then like, yeah, I think it's just Mellotron. So you'll find it in there, and they have a bunch of different patches. This one in particular is the boy choir, which is fitting, for the record. I use it a lot. And the flutes. You can hear it a little bit better there. Oh, Blair, thank you. That's cool. 10 years, man. That's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Like, it's it's wild. It's kind of crazy to think that I've been doing it for this long, to be honest. Like, I didn't, I kind of fell into this project was a little bit an accident, in the sense that, like, I didn't, like, I was just doing remixing more I was, like, trying to start a business, really, and, which it turned into, too, but, like, it, yeah, I was just, like, I think I was just trying to, get my foot in the door in the music industry, and I didn't really plan for this to take off in the way it did. So, I'm really happy it did. But it was, I guess my point is, like, I think it's been like since 2007. So it's been a good while, and I appreciate you guys for like sticking around for all that time. It's kind of wild to think about. Brandon, okay, thanks for streaming again. Listen to the new Strokes. Yes, I did. I actually enjoyed it, I've always been into the Strokes, so, like, I'm a little biased, and I know that going into it, like, but especially that first song has some really interesting melodies, like, I'm like, oh, God, it's, like, really good. But I've only listened to it once, so, Oh, Ben, thank you. I'm glad, I keep losing my spot here. Glad you enjoy the sessions. I'm glad I'm glad it brightens your day. I appreciate it. I enjoy it too. Like, it's fun. It's like, we're all kind of trapped. So if this feels a little bit remotely social, then let's do it. Jello Drizzle, great name. Are the 930 Club cupcakes as good as everyone says? Absolutely, yes. Yes, they are. I don't know if it's just because, like, the whole experience of being there and whatever, but, like, they're amazing. They're so decadent. It's like stick to your teeth, like, in the best way. Tadiwa, I'm gonna butcher that name, I'm sorry, but thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Ryan, that's awesome. Also since 2013, yeah, that's a while. Thank you, I appreciate it. And yeah, Two-Door Cinema Club remixes. Let me see if I don't think I have some. Do I have Two-Door Cinema Club samples in here? I don't think in this one, but okay. No, actually, I do have this. Just gonna stop this. So these are drums from the Two-Door Cinema Club remix. Not that it matters, but that's the only sample that I have in here from that. Anyway. Thanks, Devin. Appreciate that. So what do I think of Tiger King? I'm one of the few people that haven't seen it yet. Like, I know that I'm going to. It's just, yeah. I've heard they kind of mistreat animals, so like I'm not dying to see that, I know that like it's like a crazy story, but like, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I will watch it, but I just haven't gotten into it yet. yeah, Brian, trash TV is like it's pretty good for like the situation we're in. Just feel better about my situation in general, you know. Zan, I'm just gonna call you Zan, if that's all right. Or yeah, I'm just gonna butcher all these names. I'm sorry, but yeah, no, everybody that shows up here is super chill, and you know, somebody like asked me about they were like, so how do you deal with negativity? It's like I don't really experience negativity. I don't know, like I mean, I think like when anything gets too big, sometimes like there's just natural negativity to it, but I feel pretty fortunate that most people are pretty chill, and like I don't really have like a whole lot of haters, I guess, you know. I guess that's sort of like the position I'm in, is like it's kind of a chill thing, and you know, yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of I try to be pretty real with people, you know. I'm not trying to play a character or, you know, wear a mask. You know, something like that. Okay, do you have to keep your cat, Brian? Do you have to keep your cat out of the room during live stream? I think we need a cameo. So they usually don't care about what I'm doing except around dinner time, and still got an hour. So, and I also closed the door, so they may pop their head in at some point. I don't know, but I'll be sure to pick one up if we do. But they usually make an appearance, basically. Yeah. Okay, I keep losing my place here. Okay, yeah, Cason's in Portland. So yeah, I should have a cat cam. That would be. I mean, I did that live stream of just streaming, you know, sleeping. So maybe I'll do that a little bit more. They're usually like in the bedroom, like just like under the bed, just sleeping in the dark, you know. So it's like they're just doing their thing. They have their spots, and they don't like to, you know. I can put them somewhere else, but they don't stay. They definitely do what they want, you know. Thank you, Keiko. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think we're all kind of sick of staying home, but you know, it's what we got to do. So, okay, some more trash TV recommendations. Rock of Love. I actually have seen Rock of Love back in the day, like early. Well, that was like MTV, I think. Yeah, I feel like I've seen, I guess, the Osbournes. I've seen a little bit of that, but not like, I guess when I mean trash TV, it's like those sort of like dating, like horrible shows. What's up, Emiliano? How's it going? Welcome back. Zan, if you aren't doing music, what do you think your career path would have taken? I actually, back when I was maybe like 19 or 20, when I was like applying for colleges and like trying to figure out what I was doing with my life, I actually almost went to school for graphic design. So maybe in another life I would have been like a designer or something like that. I mean, I think I still would have made music, but yeah, like professionally, maybe I would have done something else. Leonidas, thank you. Glad you like the live streams. You know, I'm still sort of learning all this stuff and experimenting and trying different things and see what happens, but glad you guys like it. I might try to at some point like invite some guests. I'm gonna be doing like a more of a schedule thing. Lately I've just been kind of doing whatever. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do more of a schedule, maybe bring in some guests, like some friends, whatever, just talk about different things and whatnot. I also have like some camera gear coming soon, so I'm about to have like 5 different cameras. So this is gonna get interesting, but you know, which means I'm gonna be able to like expand this. You know, I'm gonna just like go way overboard on all of this, but Geary, okay, how often are you approached to remix pop songs? You know, a lot of the work that I do these days is like major label stuff, a couple of indie bands too, but I try to do less remixing just because it's a decent time commitment, and I like to. I mean, I've said this on other streams. Like, I really need it to be challenging. So like, major labels, usually the budgets are a little bit better, and like, I don't know. I'm just. I feel like I've in many ways, like, a lot of the remixes that I've done is sort of like I've kind of done that, and like, and now I'm trying to find other things that are interesting. And I mean, I still love remixing, but like, I want to find remixes that are like very different or very unique, as opposed to just, you know, remixing whatever's popular, you know. So yeah, it's kind of all over the place. Oh, what's up, Brian? Nice. Channeling your inner Steve. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, and thanks for being here for the streams. I appreciate that. Okay, Casey. Next time you're in Austin, I'm taking you to the best barbecue in town. Thanks. I love Austin. It's amazing. I've been to a couple of barbecue spots. I don't think I've been. This is like Frank's, I think, is like a well-known one. I don't know if it's the best. I'm sure that's like highly contested. But I've been to one, and it was amazing. It was really good. Wait, did I? Okay, my computer just died. Let's see if this comes back. Okay, we're back. And I guess that's how you know it's live. Not that wasn't clear. That's a first. Yeah, so this laptop is like running like OBS, which is like streaming the screen to this computer and like running all this like intense audio stuff with the DSP on the Apollo and the Twin and like everything else. So like it's pretty heavy duty, especially the contact libraries now. I'm really kind of pushing this computer, and I don't know if you can hear it. I hope you can, but like the fans are running like the whole time. Okay, so what's up, Timothy? Katie, yeah. No, I'm going to be doing a lot more live streaming. You know, we can't really tour right now, so I'll definitely be doing this type of thing a lot more often. So no worries on the Twitch thing. I was just talking about this a second ago. I think I might do more gaming stuff on the Twitch because it seems more geared towards that, and keep the music stuff more on YouTube. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, Ralph. Okay, we talking about food? Yeah, Pip's Donuts are great in Portland. Yeah, we have a lot of great donut spots, and I hope nobody says Voodoo, because that's highly contested. I'm sure we got some big Voodoo Donuts fans, but maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I like Blue Star. That's kind of my go-to. Although, to be honest, I don't eat a whole lot of donuts. I keep getting lost. Okay, this side up. Your music was playlist to my bright college summers and continues to play a role in my life as a girl. That's awesome. That's really cool. Again, like, kind of going back to this, like, it's wild to me. It still is, even after doing it for like 13 years or whatever, because I'm just sitting here in my, like, this is literally a bedroom, actually. It's the master bedroom of this apartment, and just sitting here making music, and like, it kind of goes out into the world and impacts people's lives. So it's like kind of crazy to me, you know. So I appreciate that, you know. Timothy, okay, I feel like a lot of your audience has grown with you also, which makes it chill. First time I heard music. I think that's the other side of it, which is really cool, is like people like maybe were on Hype Machine or like found me on like a different platform and have sort of like kept with me through the years, you know, as the landscape changes and whatnot. And no, I think that's awesome. Like, I think it's really cool. I appreciate it so much. And it's like also kind of empowering, because it's like means I'm like doing something right, which for me has always been sort of following my own path and like doing my own thing. And it's cool that people continue to gravitate towards that and continue to stick with me. So like, it's definitely not something I take for granted. And I appreciate it a lot, you know. glad I got it right. U-Haul, maybe it was VH1. Yeah, it does sound like VH1, yeah. Leonidas, so I think I can hear the graphic design in your music. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's that kind of personality, that like attention to detail type of stuff that I think goes hand in hand with both of those professions, you know? It makes sense. Okay, Emily, yeah, Franklin Barbecue, yeah, that's right. I don't think I've been to that one though. I don't remember the one that I went to. It wasn't as popular because we didn't want to wait in line for like 2 hours, so. Is it Salman or Salmon? Salmon? I don't know. I'm gonna keep butchering these. I'm sorry. Do you enjoy helping people with their car troubles in the UK? You have quite a few happy customers on Twitter. No, that's so funny. For those of you that don't know, you know, because I have the RAC handle on Twitter, I get a whole bunch of like mistweets from people trying to reach RAC, the company, which is like a breakdown company, kind of like the AAA. So I get people like always like stuck, you know, really flustered, like stuck on the side of the road, and they're like really like upset, and they're just like, why aren't you here? You know, like come get me, come fix my car or whatever. And my reaction is always to just either retweet them and say something like on my way, or just like it. That's my favorite thing to do, is actually just like a subtle like, or like heart it or whatever. And then people get really angry. But it kind of diffuses it, because like they, at one point, you know, they look at my profile, realize they're not tweeting at the right person. They're like, okay, I'm being a little bit ridiculous. Let me take it down a notch, you know? So like, that's my hope. I'm not trying to like make fun of people like too badly, but maybe a little bit. Deus Ex Machina. Speaking of Ex Machina, I love that movie. Oh yeah, G Monkey. Yeah, it's funny. I haven't even thought about the. That's really funny about the mask in the music video. Yeah, I definitely have to post about that. That's really funny. But that really was like the music video director, not me. But it's fine. Kelly. Yeah, since 2013, it's amazing. Thank you. Have you ever heard of, or do you listen to Elder Island? I haven't. I think you recommended another artist last time, and I need to check out both of those. But yeah, but maybe leave a link in here, and I'll check it out, or I'll just look it up on Spotify. Okay, Chris, have I ever remixed Ludovica? Nope, I have not. Okay, Brian, are there any surprises or departures for us on Boy? I mean, to me, like, you know, I was thinking about this today, because I'm doing like interviews and stuff for the album, and that's usually a time where I have to like really think about like everything and like distill it simply, even though I still haven't quite figured that out. I'd say it's like, for me, it feels like it's like directly in line with what I did before, but you know, those are like it was like 3 years of time in between. So I'm like in a pretty different place musically. So I think it's more mellow. It's more laid back maybe. And a lot of my stuff already is, but like this album especially. And just the vocalists, I think, are very interesting. I'm not gonna say more interesting. They're just like, it's kind of not what you'd expect, but I feel like I found a lot of very interesting artists that I'm really excited about, and like they're kind of new and fresh, and I'm just excited for you guys to hear them, basically. Okay, Steve, Andre, do you have any other goals in your career since you won a Grammy? What else do you hope to accomplish in your career? It's funny because the Grammy wasn't necessarily like a goal or anything. It was just kind of like something that happened. Obviously, it is like, it's sort of a career-defining thing that I'm very happy about, and you know, I want to continue I mean, in some ways, it's sort of like a validation for the work that I did. You know, it was like, it wasn't a Grammy for that song. It was like a Grammy for the 10 years that I put into remixing. You know, that's how I felt. Especially given I was nominated twice. You know, it was like it felt like the world trying to like compensate me in a way. Not that I felt like I deserved it or anything like that, but it was like, you know, I definitely put a lot of work into it and into that specific category. So, you know, I was very appreciative of it, you know. But as far as like other goals, I mean, I think, you know, in a way, like, I think my only goal really coming into this was like, I want to do music for a living, and that happened immediately. So it's like, well, okay, now what? And so like, I don't try to set like specific like tangible goals, but I think I think more generally speaking, I'd like to continue to like push myself and do different things musically, and maybe explore other creative outlets and try different things. And yeah, I think just like the pursuit of art and, you know, of creating something beautiful, like that's kind of at the core of what I'm trying to do. So however I can do that, I think that's always going to be of interest to me. I don't see a situation where I'm not interested in that, if that makes sense. But I guess I don't really have like, I'm not like, oh yeah, I need another Grammy, or like, you know, it's not like, there's not like a whole lot of like tangible, like specific things, you know. I'm not going for the EGOT, you know, at least not yet. Oh, best Tex-Mex Torchies. I think I've been there actually. Guero's? I think I've been to Guero's. Is that Guero's in Austin? Congress Cafe also. I've been to a lot of, I mean, just like so many places in Austin for South by especially. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, let's do an Austin meetup. Sure, why not? Let's go hang out and have some good food. Sounds good. Torchy's queso all day. All right. Oh, Andrew. Okay. The Under African Skies. I guess it is. I mean, you know, what is a remix really? It is maybe a form of a cover, but I'd categorize that more as a cover because, like, obviously I didn't work with Paul Simon's vocals, but no, I worked with my friend Troop and Liz, my wife, also sang on it. So. I'm definitely a big fan of Paul Simon and that album Graceland especially. So yeah, of course that's why I wanted to do that song. I'm gonna it's been a second since I played some music, so I'm gonna get into that, but leave any more questions or whatever.
They try to tell me I shouldn't waste my time with you. You keep me hanging on to every delicate word falling out your mouth. I think about it more than necessary. I try to play, it ain't nothing new. You know that you make it look good. I bet you get it all the time though, don't you? You are always on my mind. You are always there. I feel it when I'm next to you. I'm hoping like crazy you tell me that you feel it too. I feel it when I'm next to you. You know you make it look good, make it look good. make it worth the nights while you do. I think about it more than necessary, and I try to play it ain't nothing new. It look good, I feel it when I'm next to you. I'm hoping like crazy you tell me that you feel it too. Still make everything feel like it's brand new, like the first time. You are always on my mind. You are always there. I get caught in my head sometimes, but you are always there. Just don't keep me hanging. Just don't keep me hanging on to you. Just don't keep me hanging. Just don't keep me hanging on to you. I feel it when I'm next to you. I'm hoping like crazy you tell me that you feel it too. Wanna feel it when I'm next to you. You know you make it look good, make it look good. You are always on my mind. You are always there. I get caught in my head sometimes, and you are always
So, real quick, that vocal sample is actually off the new record, but the music is obviously not. But it sounded kind of cool when I did Again, I'm like just totally like improvising this. I don't know what I'm doing. This is also a vocal from the new album, the song Sweater. Shout out to Maddie J. Obviously not the song, but you know. Bonus points for anybody that can recognize that vocal sample. I don't think it's that subtle, but I don't know. I feel like I play this every stream, but it doesn't matter. like more sample options to this. I keep running out of. I mean, I have lots of options, but like, I kind of want something. I just want more options, I guess. Let's try this. Cool. Let me jump into some questions. Thanks, guys. Glad you appreciate it. Yeah, Guerreros. Okay, got that right. Evelyn, glad you're excited for the new album. Me too. I'm like dying to get this out. Zan, I already, yeah, I guess I already replied about that sample specifically. So it was like, that's the song, Next to You, Emerson Leaf, the vocal. Obviously the track is completely different. Emily, yeah, of course. No, I think that, like, what's the point of doing live streaming if you don't interact? You know, like, why not just pre-record it? You know, it's so funny because like there's all these like there's all these live festivals popping up. That's just all pre-recorded stuff. Like, none of those things are actually live. Just FYI. You know, and it's funny because like they're sort of like complaining about like, oh, it's like, oh well, you know, it's like the technical issues, you never know how it's gonna run. It's like, well, that's the point, right? Figure it out, you know, make it actually live. People can tell, you know. Thanks, Kelly, appreciate it. This setup, thanks, glad you like it. Oh, okay, Anthony, I'll check out that message on my Facebook. Thanks, Clint. Glad you like it. Volter. So yeah, you did end up making it. Welcome. Cool. Oh, interesting. Maybe is my stream getting choppy? I'm getting like an error from YouTube, so I don't know. Let me know how it's going. Arlene, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's kind of a live thing. I mean, it's a live stream. It's something. I'm doing something here. Evelyn, how has the quarantine been? I mean, you know, I've actually been sort of somewhat like kind of comfortable with it, just because I'm kind of used to it. This sort of lifestyle of just like, you know, being home a lot and recording and I mean, maybe the live stream aspect of it is new, but for the most part, it's been pretty chill. I mean, I went outside today, so so there's that. I think my video might have cut out. I don't know. Maybe my internet. Maybe Comcast is just tired of me streaming. I don't know. Hello from Portugal. What's up? How's it going? Okay, Ash. Yeah, thanks for hanging. Yeah, Volter. You know, I agree. Like, I think live streaming is just kind of an interesting. Here, wait. Make sure this is actually working. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is actually working right now, but I'm just going to continue as if it is. Okay. YouTube is telling me it's bad, so I don't know. All right. Looks like my connection's having issues, but Richard Blue, yeah. The depth of field is coming from the Fuji X-T3. It's okay. Seems like it's fine. Okay, never mind. It is. Yeah, I have like a 50, like an f2 lens, which which gives it a little bit of depth of field. I have some more camera gear coming soon, which hopefully will improve everything. Oh, Douglas, what's up from Brazil? How's it going? It's I haven't been to Brazil in a long time. What's up? Shoutouts from LA. How's it going? LA, my biggest market. Okay, Emily, what cameras am I using? So I actually didn't get anything too crazy. Like, I am looking at the Fuji X-E3 as an auxiliary camera because I have all these Fuji lenses from the X system, and I have all these vintage stuff with adapters for it. So like, I kind of want to add like another layer. But I also Razer, like the company or whatever, is sending me a bunch of like their capture cards in their cameras. They're just like more like, so right now this is a GoPro, and I have like one for gaming over there too. So I'm kind of just like upgrading this whole system. I'm getting a bunch of capture cards for like different things, and I'm excited because it's like it'll. I mean, I feel like it's already looking all right, but I definitely want to like improve all the cameras and angles and things I can do. It makes it more fun. And then I can like jump around from different stations and do different things, and basically like turn my entire studio into like a live streaming studio, which would be fun. Casey, where's your favorite place you've lived? I mean, Portland. Obviously, I've been here for 10 years, so like clearly it's my preference. Yeah, I like it here. I don't know. Lewis, yeah, glad you like Carefree. Yeah, I'm really stoked about that song, like, and it's doing really well. So, Walter, have you looked at some of the insane things people have done with your Essentials pack? Wait, is the Essentials pack the one on Oxy, or is it because I have not. I really haven't done a deep dive into that. I'm actually really curious. So yeah, I mean, you're in the Discord, so drop some links in there. Yeah, we'll love to check it out. Roger, so how's my Portuguese accent at the moment? I don't think I have an accent, but I think I'm a little rusty with my Portuguese just because I've been in the US for 15 years now, so naturally don't speak Portuguese that often, and so did we lose the stream? I don't know, maybe. I can't tell. Anyway, it looks like we're having a bit of internet issues, but I'll figure it out. I guess maybe I'll just try to get, I guess there's okay. Okay, it looks like it's back, maybe. Yeah, that's weird. Not sure what's up. But I mean, I was kind of wrapping it up anyway, but I'll dive into my internet and make sure everything's working. But to answer the rest of the questions real quick, okay. Richard Blue, there is another playlist I think called In the Studio. It's a lot shorter. Yeah. Emily, I'll try to get the cat cam ready. No, I don't think there would be any copyright stuff because these are so like specific, like little bits of music that are like pretty obscure. I'd be really impressed with their algorithm if they could actually find that. Because yeah, technically some of this might be like slightly infringing, but or at least monetized, But I don't know. Okay, so looks like we're back. Yeah, it's weird because like the video on the laptop where I'm looking at comments is not working, but this seems to be streaming just fine. So I'm not sure, but either way, I'm actually gonna call it. It's been an hour and a half. So oh wait, Bo's here. Maybe I'll bring him into the stream real quick. Do you want? Okay. Right now. All right, say hi to the internet, people. Okay. Thanks for feeding them. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it call it for the night. Oh, thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. Actually, no, I'll answer that for sure. Thank you for the tip. Appreciate that. Okay, which is the tougher lifestyle, touring or quarantine and live streaming? Would your wife answer the same? I would say, touring is grueling for sure. I mean, it's fun, but it's a lot of work. It's very physical. It's not just the shows; it's the travel. Actually, the travel is really tough. So I would say staying home and live streaming is much easier, but you do it for longer, and that's kind of why I wanted to do something different, just take it all full circle. It's like do something that's like meant for live streaming as opposed to like just play my set over and over again, you know, like I don't think that'd be too interesting. Hopefully that answers your question. I think my wife doesn't mind having me around. Okay, one last song, sure. I mean, it's not like a full song, but I will play something to it. This one's for Steve. He always asks for this one, so.
Say you never listen to without me. We used to say this song made us feel some type of way. It used to make us both feel free. Underneath the covers, you would grab my hand. You'd say you never listen to. We used to say this song made us feel some type of way. It used to make us both feel free. Underneath the
Steve, always. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
You'd say you never listen to.
Glad you like the shorts. Thanks everybody, appreciate it. Thank you for being here. And one little final question for Steven. Yeah, no, I'll definitely be touring. No plans currently for Ireland. Obviously, everything's in limbo, but you know, we'll figure it out. All right, have a good night, guys. See ya. Thanks for being here.